check the mic and make sure it sound right.
Hi, I'm DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the Iraqi dinar again. It seems to be of great interest to the audience that comes to my channel. I want to thank everybody who does come to my channel. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel. And I'm going to ask that if you like my videos, give it a little thumbs up. Show that you like it and help the YouTube algorithms make my videos a bit more visible in their community. I'm also going to talk about the global financial community's direction. But before I go into today's video, I feel the need to address again the negativity and the naysayers, because they seem to brood in the dinar community. And I think the reason they brood in the dinar community is because some people have become bitter and impatient and angry, and they even maybe feel stupid because they did it. And so, rather than humbly learning a lesson or adapting their perspective, they become assaultive and negative and say bad things and mean things to other people. Again, that is not welcome here. I am an extremely nice guy. However, I am far from passive when it comes to speaking up against what I think to be uncalled for, especially in an environment that I'm trying to create. And yes, the intent is to be a positive, encouraging environment. And to have a positive, encouraging environment, while you can have healthy debate, you can have dissenting opinion, you can have opposite expressed views, but with respect. So, if you use harsh language, I'm going to consider whether I want to share that with my audience, because it's a reflection on me. If you make character assaults on anyone, including me, I'm either going to beat you down verbally or I'm going to not show your comment. You will show respect on my channel. Then I know I don't have to say this to the majority of my subscribers, but I know that dinar brings out the worst in some people for some reason. So I'm preparing for it. I don't make money on YouTube. I do this for the good of us who want to hear what I have to say. I don't have any reason to let anyone come on my channel and beat me down, or beat the channel down, or beat the audience down, or beat people I don't know down. What do I mean by that? I've never met Mark Z. I've never met Pimpy. I've never met Tony or Ray. I've never met anybody out there that we call gurus, brightening, macaroni, caparoni is what he is. I call him macaroni. I mean, there's a bunch of them out there. I've never met any of them. What I do is what we all should do. I look at what they say, and then I begin to use my own brain to make a determination on how I should view what I just took the information in from. That's it. That's it. I don't know them. I don't have to judge their character. I don't care if they went to prison before. A lot of people went to prison and then became good people. I mean, who was one? How about Daniel? How about Daniel in the Bible? He went to prison. How about that? You know, a lot of people have done bad things. How about Moses? He's a murderer, people. He was a murderer. Moses. How about that? Okay, and how about, who else here? David. King David. King chosen by God himself. He was an adulterous, conspiratorial murderer. Okay, so everyone's made mistakes in their lives. I'm not here to judge people. That's God's job. And I don't want people judging me. That's God's job. I'm not a guru. Can I say that one more time so everybody understands? I am not a guru. Okay? I am simply another human being who I believe has a message that will help people. So I am trying to help people. I believe I have a gift of perception that I should share, and I have been encouraged to share it, so I do. I am not into divination or fortune telling. I just have the ability to look at patterns and deduce and discern what's going on. If it helps, it may have to do with the fact that my IQ is over 140. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling people where I'm coming from. Because I'm a nice guy till somebody barks at me and mistreats me or somebody else. And that includes my audience. I will lash out. I will give you the worst verbal beating you've ever gotten, or I'll just take you down. So please don't do that on my channel. Thank you. Okay, let's look at Holly, brightening, Petra, and more on Thursday, 8 a.m. News that's information, and this all makes sense in the end. It says here, if you remember one thing on this journey, this event is not date-driven. Dates are targets when they want this to happen. But if the event has not happened, whatever that event is, then it moves out further. All is ready for the go, and we wait until the green light at our level is given. There is more and more people being quiet, which is a very good sign. I think so too. A very good sign. And like I said in an interview one time on RCE, Real Community Engagement, whether they give you an NDA or not, be quiet. Keep your business to yourself. Okay, moving on. This has always been said, it is a 5D chess match. In chess, you wait until your opponent makes a move. When they do, then the counter move can happen. That's not always the chess strategy, but okay. The game has already been won for the pieces on the chessboard, show the opponent has lost. We are just waiting for each move to be played out for checkmate. That's possible. The end is near, and the light has already won. Yesterday's posts on trust and humanitarian projects motivated people to take action, and some it made them very confused and upset. Wherever you are in this process, my goal has been to have you be the most prepared when you step into your appointment. This is your biggest financial event you will have in your lifetime. Be as prepared as you can be when you go into your appointment. This is a transition, not a transaction. Never, ever give up. When you exchange, keep your mouth shut. I agree with everything that woman says, except for some of the stuff about chess. And I'm trying to help everybody prepare their minds and their perceptions and their paradigms and their understandings of the realities. And I don't have the monopoly on it. But I got a good track record. Courtesy of Dinar Guru, the countdown has begun. This is according to Petra. I don't know Petra and I don't know Brightening. The international party in Baghdad is on the 28th. Lots of interesting things at bay. So why are they coming? Kings, magistrates, prime ministers, central bank governors, not their representatives, them. Why? You all know. We are not calling that specific day, no dates. But close before or after this meeting has key logic to it. Brightling, question, what are the changes of what occurred in Afghanistan will happen in Iraq? Chances, I believe it should say. What are the chances? WTO or IMF froze all of Afghanistan's government's access to their funds. If Iraq goes the way of Afghanistan, the IMO and the World Trade Organization freezes Iraq's assets. Iraq is going to have to revalue their currency. And you need to get out as quickly as possible if they do that. Whatever the rate, get out, because it's going to go to nothing. That sounds like fear bait. Could that happen? Yeah. The deep state's fighting against this. They have ever since 9/11. So could they go in and try to do an Afghan? Possibly. Or maybe it's a decoy and a head fake. Maybe what you think is bad about Afghan is really good about Afghan. And maybe they're in there because the deep state wasn't moving. So we'll wait and see. Silver, 2802. The debt clock is crashing. We'll touch on precious metals in this video too. And along that line, how a 45% chance for a new all-time high for gold exists by year end. Boy, the language. Y'all can read it. Okay, moving on. Here's some excerpts from the Restored Republic via a GCR, and that's what I'm going to talk about, a GCR. There is zero intel. Everyone's gone silent. To me, silent is good, folks. Fleming's military intel contact reiterated the promise that secured websites would be out this week. Well, this week, last week, the week before that. Like the blind man said, we shall see. But, keep a level head. New official rate, 385 in-country, 1980 international. We've seen that more than once. I've heard other numbers. Bottom line is what we want is an RV. RV codes were entered into the system. New currency rates and procedures were locked into the system. World Court mandate deadline for the start of Nasar and Gassara was Wednesday, August 25th. Finishing mass arrests of cabal, solving Restored Republic and RV issues. And that's what I mean by Afghanistan. Could be something else. U.S. transition to constitutional law. Gold standard online. We are definitely going to talk about that. Plus the new U.S. note liquid. Okay. See this link here, folks? You can go there and read that yourself. It will be in the description. Now I'm going to go to where I want to go in this, because it's about Dinar, and Dinar is about a global currency reset. So it's either a global currency reset or it's a great reset. And believe me, there's a difference, supposedly, because one side's the good side and one side's the bad side. Who is who? I don't, that's up to interpretation. But if you believe in the reset of the Iraqi dinar, it's hard to do so without actually accepting the reality that we are in the process of having a global currency reset. And a global currency reset is exactly what it sounds like. Globally, all currencies reset. Okay, that's what it means. And there is clear evidence polluting the earth that this is happening right now. I have had arguments with folks about heading towards gold-backed, asset-backed currencies. I've had arguments with folks about the transition away from cash to digital currencies and the end of cash. And I have had arguments about people on some of the things put forth that now are coming to fruition. And so this is actually one of them. We are going to a gold standard. We are going to digital money. Cash is going to disappear. The blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies, some of them are going to survive and be roadways to wealth for those who are involved. And I forgot the other thing I was going to say, but it'll come to me as I go along. Okay, evidence. Here's some evidence. This is Ripple's website, and they're talking about the CBDC private ledger. The CBDC private ledger is based on the same technology that powers the XRPL. It's built for payments. But CBDC is central bank digital currencies. So this also means the central, I always do stuff like that. This means the central bank private ledger is designed for issuing currencies, with over 5,400 currencies issued on the XRPL over the past 8 years. Do you see that, folks? 5,400 currencies, including its native digital asset, XRP, which can be leveraged as a neutral bridge asset for frictionless value moving between CBDCs and other currencies. What does this have to do with the Iraqi dinar? Global currency reset. Take the focus off of Iraq and step back and look at the entire landscape of money, because Iraq is just as tied into that as it is into its own money. Now let's talk a little bit about the transition to gold-backed assets. The U.S., I hope I'm right about XRP being the nuclear bomb, because the rest of the world is not going to wait for the United States to get off its duff. And like any chess game, and like any art of war, I believe that the U.S. is still working its strategy successfully despite appearances. But in the meantime, very critical news. That's not it. That's an advertisement. China will back their country's digital yuan with gold. That is a bomb going off. That a global currency reset is most certainly happening. That is a bomb going off. That gold-backed, asset-backed money and currency is not on its way, it's here. Okay? So all the naysayers and arguers who argued for the sake of argument, I guess, because you were wrong, and here's the right. What does that mean for the dinar? I'll say what I say on our conference calls. You can't trade maple leaves for gold leaves. You can't trade maple leaves for gold leaves. If my money is gold leaves, why in the world will I conduct trade with you if your money is only maple leaves? So if one major economy goes to gold, unless other players join them in going to gold, they're not going to be trading their gold money for tree money, paper money. What does that also mean? Well, it could mean this. Gold can go as high as $64,000 per ounce if China backed their yuan with gold. Well, what happens when the U.S. backs their money with gold? And then Russia backs their money with gold? Then India? And then the UK? What if they all start backing their money with gold? What happens to the price of gold? That's a global currency reset, you see, because if right now we have a debt-based system and we switch to a gold standard, we just reset the entire global monetary system. That's what has just happened. And all this bickering about the Iraqi dinar may have been misplaced. Maybe that was what they were waiting for. Maybe they didn't want to be stuck being a maple leaf, knowing that everything was going to gold leaves. Because in the meantime, what they have been doing, and what a lot of central banks have been doing, is filling their coffers with gold. I've been saying this for the last 2 years or more. And here it's coming true. The difference, though, is we do have a global currency reset. But at the same time, we also have a great reset. So if we have a global currency reset and we have a great reset, who is who? And who's going to represent that reset? Folks, I think that is the battle. I think that is the battle. They're even marketing the Great Reset. The battle is for control of everything, including the money. So when DK Will comes on and shares some developments that are happening around our investment in the Iraqi dinar, and many of us are also invested in the XRP and the other cryptocurrencies. You can look at my videos. I give some ideas of the ones that I think are for certain going to be surviving this battle. I recommend you take the time to stop for a minute, look at your own situation, mull over the information, and see what you think about it. Use the links in the videos. Go do your own research. Do your own research. Because I believe that whether it's going to be the global currency reset or whether it's going to be the Great Reset, we are certainly going to go to a gold-backed monetary system, and we are certainly going to see the price of gold and precious metals shoot up. And as a consequence, we are certainly going to see a restoration of the Iraqi dinar, and then these rates don't seem so big anymore. But if you ain't in it, you can't win it. If you are bitter and you sold out, go in your bathroom or bedroom or wherever you keep your mirror, look in your mirror and blame yourself. Don't blame the gurus. Don't blame everybody else that's in this. Don't blame DK Will. The only thing a person can do when they make a bad decision is turn around and make a good decision. You see, that's what Moses did. He had to go out and herd sheep for 40 years. get his temper under control, right? And then he was used in a great way by God. But as a young man, he saw somebody beating down one of his Hebrew brothers, and he killed him. He basically did a little KA. You know, he kicked some butt. And he had to run off. But God saw in him that he needed to use him for something. He sent him off to herd sheep, and then he was described as by far the meekest man of the earth. I'm not the meekest man of the earth, and I ain't going to pretend to be. I'm a sensitive man, I'm a caring man, and I'm a very genuine man. But I'm a lion, and I will roar if somebody mistreats me or somebody I care for. And I'll pray to God to do the right thing. So be nice, people. Be nice to each other. This is DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It. Folks, I've talked about it. Have a wonderful day.